This podcast is sponsored by Relevant. It's a new iOS app to consolidate the media you want to see in a place you control. With Relevant, you stay up to date with things you're actually interested in. You tell Relevant what's relevant to you, and you'll be given all the content you love from all across the internet, all in one place. It's available on iOS devices and coming soon to Android. Be the first to know with Relevant.
Hello? When are we live?
I've never heard Pat introduce the show by saying we're going in as if this was a mission for the Navy SEALs.
Are we live?
No.
Yes.
You just turn my mic down.
Poorly edited podcast number... I don't know.
Don't say a number.
Okay, so we're really happy to be here on LTIC News as usual.
Wait, what are you talking about?
News? WXLV.
It's not even a bit.
Storm has been sleeping in my car for the past hour and a half. Give him a minute to wake up here.
It's not a bit. It's like he's actually lost.
No, it was actually lost. We are here at WXLV.
Are you okay?
EX at LTIC, main campus in Chenexville. First of all, quick thanks to Chris Andrews and the radio station.
And all you guys.
For listening in the cafeteria.
Nobody's there.
Nobody's up there.
Who failed the final today? Anybody?
Did anybody fail a final?
I didn't have any formal finals today, but I will be failing all of mine tomorrow. So
it's in the cards to happen.
Yeah.
So I think today, what we usually do is we talk to a pretty cool guest that does pretty cool stuff.
We're not doing that today.
No, we're not. We like to call this end of season 1 because it is the last filming of the first semester for us. And I think there's been some pretty awesome stuff that has happened for us in the last, 3 months. It's been some pretty cool stuff. So we're just going to talk and enjoy each other's presence as much as possible today.
We have a few extras here with us.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Some ads.
We have Kaddy something.
McAuliffe from episode 3.
And the other one is Isaac, Isaac Zimmerman, Zimmerman.
Oh, wow.
Erman.
You got it.
Thanks.
Whose episode hasn't aired yet, but that's a good one. That'll be up.
Yeah, you'll see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably by the time, if you see this on the internet, it'll be up, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
This episode airs before mine. It just
We're going to be
never
canceled for that.
We have backlogged yours. I'm not sure where you are.
Is that why I'm on this one?
On the list.
No, I think it's legitimately important for guests to understand that, we don't know when it will go up because there's a lot of other things that we have to post, so it's kind of up in the air.
Okay, so I guess it's kind of mean, but we put the ones that will get the most views up first.
That's not true.
Yes.
At all.
Luke Bowers, we pushed to the top as soon as possible.
That's fine.
That's
all right. I'm not.
He
mad.
understands that. He would do the same thing.
No, what we do, we usually have it, as we've done so far, is we have a YouTuber, someone from around here, and then a bigger personality again, someone from around here.
We've done that?
Alternating. Yeah, if you pay any attention
if you watch that
at all.
Oh, all I know is we had William, and we're we're gonna put him up as soon as possible.
That was the next one we put up though. That was we recorded it and then put it up in order.
That one.
Isn't this dialogue riveting, everyone?
Yeah, I know. It's thanks, Storm.
Came out first.
Thanks for playing Minesweeper. Did you already lose?
Yeah, I lost.
Wow, that's insane,
guys,
dude.
Let's go around the table and say something nice about Storm.
Yeah, that's a new segment.
He needs this encouragement.
Well,
all right, I'll start.
No, go away.
No, please
go away.
Storm, this is important.
No.
All right, so I like Storm. I like Storm's smile. I think he's got a great smile. You know what? And his personality isn't that bad. As much as they say that. Can you say that again?
No.
Deteriorating.
Are you sure that's not what you're doing?
I love Storm's heart. Storm's got a big heart.
He does. I love him. I'm sorry.
Caddy.
I'm not laughing at Storm. I'm laughing with Storm.
I think Storm looks very comfy today.
That's not something nice.
It is. You look comfy.
That's something. You can be jealous of how comfy you look.
Yeah, in your sweatpants and sweatshirt, and I'm surprised you're not wearing slippers, but I'm just saying, you look really comfy. Good for you.
And you got a great nap today, so that's great. You're waking up. You're all rested.
I did.
Where did you take a nap?
I took a nap in Isaac's car after eating 2 burritos at Chipotle, 1 my own, and 3 at leftovers from other people. Then I laid in his car for 2 hours.
Table scraps with
It
Storm
wasn't
Intern.
like 2 hours, but if you want to see that, we've been recording all day, so that video will be up. I want to have that up actually like before Christmas. So if you want to see that, if you want to see Storm eat table scraps, and then go missing for the rest of the day,
That is actually the title of the video.
Storm
And it's
eats
in all
table
caps.
I mean, my name wasn't the first one, so Storm gets poisoned.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's on the thumbnail.
So we'll just use you as clickbait from now on.
Yes.
I'm not attractive though.
Oh,
Patrick,
No, it's
you
just
are.
your misfortune that people are attracted
Yes.
to. It's not.
The third episode is going to be called Storm Actually Dies for Real, not clickbait.
Pat, what do you have nice to say about?
I like that hoodie. It's nice. I like the color.
I do like
It's
the
a good
color.
Blue. Where's that from? It's like a wave.
Is that
logo
PAC
on it.
Sun? Nope.
I was close because it says PAC,
Pacific
but it's
Coast
Pacific
Party.
Coast, yeah.
From Smash Mouth.
I don't enjoy this whole segment right now because I know it's laced with sarcasm.
No.
No, seriously, I love you.
Storm Hutch. Come on.
The
Ensign.
thing no one has ever called him. I think Storm has an infectious comedic personality. Real talk.
No, absolutely, seriously, he does. He makes me laugh, and I'm not. That's not a joke. You're funny.
If it wasn't for Storm bothering me to record a podcast when we hung out one day, we would not be here right now.
He's an inspiration. Seriously,
He is.
If it wasn't for Storm telling me, yeah, you can come in and watch, but you can't talk, I wouldn't be here. right now.
Famous introduction.
I was just being honest.
You know
I didn't
what?
know him.
Honesty's the best policy.
I think that was like the second time I talked to him.
Maybe the first.
Yeah.
Because we knew of you from film club, like we saw you there, but we didn't have any intention of talking to
You
you.
made fun of me the whole time, right?
Yeah, we did. Did we
Yeah.
tell you about that?
Oh,
No, we didn't make fun of him.
Oh, yeah, no, we didn't at all. I made fun of you. Okay, to
yeah.
be fair, I was the only one that made fun of you. Because you
He
introduced
was,
yourself.
he was making fun of everybody.
Yeah.
He was
Well,
really salty about
No, it
something.
wasn't just me.
did you make fun
No,
of
no,
me?
no.
Don't not take credit.
No.
I made fun of you a lot.
I wasn't making fun of him. You were just making fun of anybody that had come into the film club that hadn't had any experience with filming.
Yeah, because it didn't make any sense to me. But it does now that I thought about it more and I've humbled a little bit.
That's good. I'm glad
Yeah.
you've thought about it and humbled yourself.
Yeah, but it was just
Wait, does that mean you were making fun of me?
no, because you
He
had
was
experience
definitely making
like,
fun of you. He just doesn't want
being
to
a
admit it on air.
photographer and handling a camera.
That's not film, though. That's not like film.
That still
or
counts.
Movies. Okay, whatever.
No, it still counts.
Yeah, he was being mean to you.
Just take the credit.
I do take credit, and now I feel very bad.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you feel bad?
'Cause I'm a terrible person.
No,
Well, hey, the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem.
How did I?
it's been
He died on Minesweeper.
it's been such a short amount of time, like since we started the show to now, and
It's
the
been about 10
amount that
minutes.
has changed about the show and the progress we've made is like really crazy, and like I think just the fact that we're still here doing this is weird, and I did not expect to still be here every week.
Oh yeah, when I started watching you guys on the first episode, somebody told me
Stop.
about it, and I subscribed and I watched that and I was like, this is all right. They're starting out, and by the time you got to like the 7th episode, I was like, this is the production value. Seriously, with the filming and stuff was great. I thought it was wonderful, and like the zooms and everything you had Josh Brennan do. I was like, this is awesome. Like I'm really excited to come on to this because you've moved up so quickly in your production value and what you've done. And I'd say you guys have gotten better radio voices and stuff. And as you've come along, you've gotten timing down more. I noticed in the first couple episodes you were talking over each other a little bit more than you do now.
Yeah, Storm and I.
So now you seem to have it down where you kind of pause. And I know, I admit myself, I have that problem where I'm like, I want to talk now. But, you know, you guys, seriously, you've done a great job, you two. And I mean that
Aw.
unironically, Storm.
Thank you so much. Just
You're
us
welcome.
though, just Storm and I. We've done.
Well,
Good
you
job.
guys too. Everyone in the sound booth. Coffee man.
Oh,
He's a superhero now.
At least he didn't call me Pat, okay, buddy?
That's true. Yeah, you can't say anything, Storm.
Consistently gets my name wrong.
Java dude.
Java man.
JavaScript.
All right.
Here we go. You got that joke?
Funny
Yo.
jokes.
Should we talk about creative projects?
Sure, because we actually have stuff. I mean, we have stuff going on, and I don't know. So yeah, if you want, yeah, if you want. Who wants to go first?
That's all you.
Well, we can't. Okay, so I mean, Pat and I spent about how long were we there?
It was like 2.5 hours.
Oh, we were there for like we were meeting with a group of 10 people in the library in a conference room. We spent like 2.5 hours, and we're making a video game project, at least a demo of like a prototyped thing that we're going to be working on soon. We're kind of hashing out like the ideas for how we want it to be. We have some rough premises, but yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on probably over break and then going into the next semester when we can. But I'm excited because it's a large group. I've never made a game with that many people before.
Yeah, hopefully it turns out pretty well. I'm excited. I've never really...
It won't turn out well.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a relief.
So, yeah, don't have to try too hard.
Isometric Western RPG. Is that what it is, right?
Oh, you told him.
Is that not supposed
Well, that's
to go along with
currently,
that?
no, that's currently what we have planned, but it could change. But it's going to be bad no matter what, so it doesn't matter. Kaddy, what do you have going on?
Well, I have a lot going on.
You do, actually.
Yes, I do. This weekend was very busy for me. I went to Philly to shoot a music video for a band called Above the Mendoza. And then Saturday, I was supposed to fly to Florida to shoot for Weezer and Cage the Elephant. But that was my fault. That didn't work out. So instead, I went to Easton and I shot for a band called Ice Nine Kills. And then Sunday, I was shooting for the Hershey Bears, and it was like the teddy bear toss night, and it was pretty cool. So now I just like booked a whole bunch of photo shoots with some bands, and I'm pretty much just working on getting my name out there.
How did you almost shoot Weezer and Cage the Elephant? How did that happen?
I was gonna say that sounds awesome.
So I shot for Radio 104.5 over the summer, and one of the bands that was on that bill was also on the gig for Florida, so I contacted them. And they were like, yeah, we'll give you an all access pass and everything. But then the flight was a little last minute and I couldn't really get a flight that last minute. But I mean, I totally would have done it.
That would have been really cool.
I know.
Yeah, you're it's kind of to the point where I feel like all your free time is going to doing shoots. And I don't even know why you're still here. 3
hours of sleep over the past 3 days, guys. That's all I've had.
That sounds like Chandler.
Yeah, it's dedication.
How do you stay awake?
I don't.
Are you sleeping now? Is this all your dream?
I just I stay up all night. First of all, I stay up all night at the concert, and then I hang out there for a while, and then I go home, and then I edit my pictures till 4 a.m. So I get 1 hour of sleep.
Do you drink coffee or Monster?
Oh, Monster Energies. Oh, yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite flavor of Monster?
The classic green one.
Oh, the classic
Yes,
green that
classic
actually
green.
is yellow.
Same.
If you actually pour it into a cup, it is not green.
The can is green, okay?
Yeah.
Was that funny? What happened?
Such a delayed.
I was laughing
wrong
at
with you?
Kaddy's laugh.
Why? What's wrong with my
He
laugh?
made the joke and no one made a sound, and you're just like,
That's great. That's about how 90% of my jokes go. So it's refreshing to have someone even laugh at me. You know what? I'll take it.
pity laughs.
Yeah, I'll take a pity laugh. All right. Well, I guess. Do you have any more? Or we can
Do you have
me.
more?
No, go ahead.
Well, what were you and Chandler talking about in the car?
Yeah, Chandler. If you
We weren't supposed to. We weren't supposed to hear that.
Are we not?
Well,
I was in the car with you, so.
I
You're supposed to close your ears the whole ride. Everybody knows that.
I wrote a script, and kind of when I was writing it, I guess I had Isaac in mind to kind of collab. Because, I mean, we talked last time you were on the show, we talked about maybe doing a collab thing that wasn't, something like this. That was something more, more of a production.
Yeah, production-wise, yeah.
And so... and stop doing that to me.
Why are you doing the Hunger Games thing? I think that's what that is.
Everyone's everyone's throwing up the West Side sign at me.
I want to signal that we're gonna go to break.
No,
in
I
3 minutes,
understand.
And then we all started doing the Hunger Games symbol.
All right.
But yeah, so wrote a script. I sent it to you to get validation because I know you've written before. You've written productions, and so I wanted to get your opinion. And then I was like, if you want to do it, if you want to shoot it, because I kind of had the intention to shoot it sometime.
No, yeah, I loved it. I think it was really good. At first,
Aw.
when you were saying, like, you initially sent it to me and you're like, if it's trash, it's okay, I understand. And I was like, oh, man. So I went in with this expectation because I started reading and I'm like, oh, this is actually, like, hooking for, like, engaging for, you know, kind of a shorter, smaller budgeted production. And then I read through and I'm like, oh, the ending must be terrible if you think it's trash. And I read through and I'm like, oh, no, it's got a good, like, resolved ending. And I was like, I like this. And, you know, I voiced it. I'd love to make it if you have free time.
I think we could do an Alpha Shark Productions.
Yeah. It's Alpha Shark Pictures.
Lab 212 collab. Ooh.
Is there any more you want to divulge about that, or you want to keep it a little bit of a secret for now?
Well, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything about it. It'd just be like a short film and stuff. I don't really
Turns out Bruce Willis is a ghost in the end of it.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think they'd be cool. And, I can't wait for it to just not happen.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I'll text you, be like, hey, when's good for you? Be like,
I'm like, oh my gosh, this day. And then I'll text you, I'm like, you good? And you're like, oh, not anymore.
Yeah,
I got
I have a thing.
school. And I'm like, it's winter break. And you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, my grandma's sick.
My grandma's sick.
Yeah. And that's how it's going to be.
Yep.
So I hope you're ready.
I'm ready for nothing. So
Prepped.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just be prepped to text you back on Snapchat for 5 minutes,
but
maybe, and then the conversation will die.
But whose channel does it go on?
That's actually come up a couple times when I was doing, I think I mentioned it last time, the commercial I did for like ESPN and stuff. We had that debate because the cinematographer wanted us to put it on his channel because he had like 30,000 subscribers.
Wasn't there like a contract?
Technically, no. Technically, we didn't have like a full, like we had a contract for who could upload it. But, like, we didn't specify that neither of us couldn't. And so we ended up...
That's funny.
Yeah, we specified that we could upload it, but then as long as it went to TV and the arena was credited, we didn't have a specific, like, oh, you have to upload it to this one. And so we had a little debate over it. And he ended up getting, I think, a little bit more views on his version of it. And so...
Oh, you both uploaded it?
Yeah, we just...
Nice.
I uploaded it first, and I think that he was upset because I had it, and he did I think he did all the editing for it, and he was upset. He's like, I did this, and I'm like, I admit it, and I took it down for a while, and then a couple months later, I'm like, okay, you know, I think it's probably been long enough that... And I have, like, it has, like, 200 views on it. It's nothing, like... exponential that would take away ad revenue because he was running ads on it. I wasn't.
Oh, so you're the good guy.
Yeah. Well, I just don't really get a lot of views. That's the thing. Like, I don't feel like I get enough views to add, like, to get ads. In fact, I think they actually changed the policy that you need like 1,000 views per video.
You have to get 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Oh, and 10,000 subscribers, which I'm close to. I'm very far away. That was a lie.
Yeah, I'm close. Only 900 more.
No, it's more like 9,000. Just add one more zero. So yeah, but no, I understood him and I wanted to give him time to get all the ad revenue he wanted.
I feel like Pat looked at me and he had this moment of that joke didn't land.
Yeah, definitely not.
And like he knew what my mistake was in that joke and he just looked at me and he was like, that wasn't good.
No, we're going to go to a break quick. That seems like...
That's a weird way to segue.
That is a little creepy.
Yeah.
That's a good way to come back. Yeah, that is a little creepy.
All right. Next part of the show coming up. I want Coffee Guy to explain what's going on. We haven't heard from you enough.
Why do you want me to explain what's going on?
Because we love you.
Because
is it because we figured out what we were doing when you were gone and you don't know what's going on?
I do know what's going on, but I feel that you have a very you have an easy job explaining things well.
Can we have a new segment called Storm Tries to Explain What's Going On?
Yeah.
Storm tries to explain to someone that he's explaining something.
All right. Well, clearly that joke didn't land either. So let's move on.
You gotta ding me. Yeah, you gotta ding me when it doesn't land.
There you go. Okay, cool.
That's what we should do.
I probably
every
should just
single
hold on
time.
to it because all my jokes don't land.
Let's get to the actual.
It's like a crossfire.
I guess Chandler sort of wanted to do a reflection of...
Why do you like pin it on me? Because then if it does, it's not a good bit. Then like everyone will know.
I don't really know how to pitch it, honestly.
We're going to spend some time, each of us, I guess, and talk about some of the reflections about the show. What, where we've come from. What do we, are we surprised by any of it?
No.
Well, then it's
Well, that's it.
it's your segment. Why are you not?
No, it's not. Well, because I mean, it's like we're wrapping up. I mean, what is it? What would this be? That's the 12th.
I think it's 12th or
something
13.
like that.
Yeah, I'm not even on. This is my second time on the show, and I'm keeping track. I'm like, I wonder what episode it's going to be.
We have been recording every single week. Like we have not dropped.
Did you do one on Thanksgiving?
Well, we've recorded, but we didn't put anything out for around Thanksgiving
Gotcha.
because
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is bad for views.
It's bad.
It's just bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is just a bad holiday.
Thanksgiving is bad.
We don't want to feed into it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I love how a week before Thanksgiving there was Christmas music. All right, well, go ahead.
Not you.
No, it's for my joke.
Oh, it's for your joke.
Yeah, it's
okay.
for the feed
I love how a week
joke.
before Thanksgiving, a major radio station is now devoted to doing like all Christmas music. Like a week before Thanksgiving, I'm like, can it be like Thanksgiving Day or the day after? I'm like, you're really getting on this bandwagon of like 24/7 Christmas music. Like I like Christmas music, but I'm
not a huge fan of it too.
I mean, there's certain Christmas songs I like. There's certain Christmas songs I definitely hate.
We got really derailed.
What's
on
your
the
favorite
topic
Christmas
at
song?
hand.
New song?
So
The song is "Alone on Christmas Day" by Phoenix.
Oh man, that's really sad. I like the Christmas song that Fall Out Boy did on their one album.
Is that
I don't
Light 'Em
remember what
Up?
it's called.
Is that about a Christmas
Yeah,
tree?
light 'em up, light up the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's about a Christmas tree.
But yeah.
Oh, come on. That was good. That was a dad joke.
Unfortunately, Josh Brennan couldn't be here today. He was supposed to.
We ate a burrito with him.
We did have lunch with him. But that
All
was
together, all of us, we ate one burrito.
We had the longest conversation with one of the guys that works at Chipotle.
Yeah.
We just sat there talking to him for no reason.
He got yelled at.
Like more than once.
He kept coming over. He's like, "Are you guys
coming back to our table?"
He's like, "Are you guys vloggers?" You're like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
And to rig something up, so in the background somebody would be like, "Chicken ball."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
he makes one joke and
Yeah.
gets more laughs.
He
than
does
you
like
guys have.
cumulatively than I have all
I know
show so far.
the whole thing. That sucked. I'm just gonna quit now while I'm ahead.
I think both Isaac and me
I don't know
combined.
if you were ahead though.
No, I was definitely behind. I'll just leave. Actually, I'll stay. Never mind.
Isaac, the bell joke didn't even land for Isaac because he hit it twice and nothing happened.
I don't even know if that's coming up on the audio or not.
Oh, it has to be.
So,
you gotta do it right into the mic.
Coffee guy, well, like, what are some of your reflections on the podcast so far? Like, what has surprised you or interested you, or
like, what are you excited for moving forward? Even stuff like that.
I really want people to listen to this, not necessarily because I want it to be super successful. I really want people to be able to look at this as an opportunity to have bands come on, and then for us to be able to show them Kaddy and be like, she can shoot your band or something along those veins. I think that's a super cool opportunity.
And also just a testament of like anyone can do this.
Yeah.
And it's like you guys had no experience. I mean, I've never done radio before. I did a podcast before to minimal success. I mean, like Storm really had no experience, and for us to just be like, yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think
that's how easy it is.
That was an interesting 2 days. I think that's actually kind of funny story. I met Chandler because I saw him on his YouTube creator page, and I was like, you have a YouTube channel? I was like, sub for sub, babe.
And I thought that was hilarious. And I was like, okay, like who is this guy?
Wait, did you meet on YouTube before?
No, we met in the computer lab 212, and in college, and he was sitting like a row behind me, and I was sitting there like on my YouTube creator page, like editing my videos or whatever. And he just stops what he's doing, and he like leans over and he's like, "Yo, do you have a YouTube channel?" Like, no, like that's just how he starts talking to me.
Like that Chipotle guy.
Yeah, exactly. And then from there, like it's so weird because you came up, and then we started talking, and then we started talking about YouTube and like different YouTubers, and it just, I don't know, it was just like clicked. Like we had like the same ideas and like the same opinions on stuff. And then I was like, "Do you want to?" It was like It's like meeting a girl. Like, yeah, we were. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It was like, do you want to hang out after this? Like, I don't want this day to end. You know, and it was just. And then we hung out like all night. We hung out with my friends.
Wait. Continue telling them what happened on that day, because it's not a normal come hang out with my friends.
No.
That story.
They took me into the woods with Serbian military rifle and started shooting like
Watermelons. We bought watermelons at Walmart.
I didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
I went to the woods. Pretty sure I was gonna die.
It was awesome.
That does sound horrifying.
That was the first time I shot that SKS. It was really nice. That thing rips.
Oh, you got an SKS? Hook me
No,
up.
my friend does. It has a bayonet too. That thing's scary.
Why do you need a? Why do you
That's
need
what
a
I
bayonet?
said. I was like, what is the
My
point of that?
grandparents-
Watermelons get too close.
Yeah.
My
Don't
grandparents.
fire till you see the whites of their eyes.
My grandparents find the bayonet thing hilarious. Like they bring it up too. They're like,
That's so
"Why was
funny.
there a bayonet?" And I was like, "I don't know."
So it looks cool.
Love how you think that's funny, but there's actually probably some more concerning issues there.
Some underlying problems is why it's there. I
but-
think wasn't the last bayonet charge done in like a war that it shouldn't have been done
World
in?
War One or two.
And then they just got mowed down, and they're like,
Yeah.
never again.
I think it
Should they
maybe
do
was
that?
the Russians.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's
last,
probably how we won.
The last registered longbow kill was in World War II.
A longbow.
Yeah.
What?
Same Scottish dude.
Of course it was.
Was he like defending his home or something?
No, it was like in battle.
Oh wow! Was he like? Was his home nearby? He's like, get off my property, or I'll shoot you with my longbow.
Isaac has been doing voices all day.
Yeah, I have been.
And it's really been getting me. We've been cracking up all day with this. Like, you just stop.
Wait,
Stop.
he was also
So-
born in Hong Kong.
I was not
What?
born in Hong Kong.
Not Isaac.
Not yet, Isaac. Can't you tell?
So I think the next day I messaged you and I was like, "Hey, you want to do something and hang out and like
Yeah.
do something cool?"
Because we found out
And-
we lived really close to each other.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
And I come over, and again, something weird happens. He has like these 4 friends outside his house, and they talk for an hour and a half about World of Warcraft while standing on like right next to his car.
Yeah.
I was like,
that
why
wasn't
don't
planned.
why don't we go into the living room? Why don't we go be normal human beings? And so Chandler's grandfather comes out and he's like, "Hey, dinner's here." And so we just walk away from his friends.
They weren't leaving. I was like, I don't know what you guys are doing. Like, I'm
Did
going
they
to eat.
stay
them
by
right
the
now.
car?
Yeah,
I don't know.
And so
Some say they're still out there today.
I go up into Chandler's room, and I've never seen a messier room. It's terrifying.
Come
No,
on.
actually, I'm
You've
totally
seen
joking.
messier.
It wasn't that bad.
It's worse now, but
Yeah,
it wasn't
I'm
that
sure.
bad at the time.
Because you're cleaning it up, but you're just really moving stuff around.
Yeah, so it's out of my current way, and then I just rotate it around the
And
room.
So I
That's
guess
a really good idea.
Yeah.
Does it look better or worse than the trash compactor from Star Wars?
It's about the same
Oh,
right
do you
now.
have like one of those eel creatures like going around?
It's called a Dianaga.
I don't. That does.
Oh.
That's. Oh yeah, you would know that.
Yes, I would.
so. That night, I guess we were just. I think I really wanted to stream on Twitch, and I thought it was funny. So we're sitting there, and I'm talking about something, streaming on Twitch, and no one's watching. And
Because no one watches
Yeah.
me, ever.
I thought it was really amusing. I think I was playing some stupid game, and
It was Modern Warfare 2.
and
Wait, he
Was
called
it-
that stupid?
He did, not me.
no, no, no,
Trying
no.
to 1v1?
Yeah, bro.
Storm just checked over his shoulder to see if Activision was behind him.
What were you saying about our game?
So then,
Ramirez.
and then,
Caddy's like,
Finally, one that landed. Yay!
Caddy's sitting there. She's like, I don't even play Nintendo.
Nah, man, PS2.
that's where it's at.
Acceptable.
That's the best.
Modern Warfare
console
2
of all
came out
time.
on the PS2.
Yeah, it did.
Is it the best console of all time? It's the best selling console of all time.
Oh, I love
It is
Says
the
that
best
it's
console.
console
It had
of
the
all
best
time.
two
No, the
Battlefront
Xbox
games.
360 is hands down.
Both of them
Nintendo
are.
Dreamcast, it begs to differ.
Nintendo Dreamcast. Ahead of its
That's
time.
my favorite console.
I have one sitting
I
in
like
my
the
room.
Sega Jaguar.
You don't have to get this close. You can be right
no,
here.
you
Can I
can,
be
no,
right
no,
here?
no, no, get closer.
I just
can
like
be
to
right
be.
there.
I just like to be
Right
close.
there.
I just like to be close to you, Storm.
Get closer.
So we do the podcast, and we actually upload it to my channel.
I don't know why.
And I think
We
it
thought
got
that was a good
like
idea.
50 or 60 views.
Yeah.
And
we were
for-
like, okay, that's weird.
I listened to that.
So, did you listen to that before, like, we talked to you?
No.
Okay.
I think it was probably after I was on with Josh.
Oh, okay.
And it's just such a weird history because it happened all so fast.
It was 48 hours tops.
And then 3
yeah.
or 4 days later, I call him and I'm like, "Hey, I got a guest."
And I was like, "What? Don't do that! Like, this is just like don't rope other." That was my biggest concern at first. I was like, "Don't rope other people into this disaster of a project that we're doing, like, and inconvenience people." Because now I'm gonna feel bad to involve someone else in something so bad.
And this is right when the hurricane was happening.
The hurricane in Florida.
Yeah. And so we get Madison,
who lives in Florida,
and I just found her on what was it? Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify, I think you said.
And the whole story behind that one's even better because we try and set up a video podcast. And he's trying to use his camcorder. It's too dark. We set up a sheet in his room. It looks like ISIS is about to
we have
interrogate us.
we duct taped a white sheet to my ceiling, which ripped the paint off, by the way, because I just left it there for too long. And then when I tried to take it down like 4 weeks later, it just ripped the paint off my ceiling. So I have to repaint the ceiling, by the way. I don't think I ever said that.
So we get there. We don't know how to get someone recorded on the phone. We don't know how to record ourselves because we had another recorder. I forgot to record myself with my mic.
Yes.
The sheet falls down, and we find out that the video camera was not rolling the entire time.
So it was just completely
And because of the hurricane, you can barely hear Madison.
Yeah, because your internet was getting destroyed.
By a hurricane.
Yeah. It was just...
Yeah, it just didn't go well.
No, it was a train wreck. But for some reason, it did well. And then... People were like, "Oh, good job." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I mean,
and I thought she was gonna be mad. Like, I thought she was gonna sue us for defamation of character for having such a poorly produced thing like that. A poorly produced podcast. That's what we really should have been called, but it's not as catchy. It's not catchy at all. Our current name is not catchy even. So
I like our current name.
That's the first thing people say, like my family and stuff, when I tell them what the name of the show is. Because I'm very reluctant and they don't stop. And then I'm like, okay, it's a poorly edited podcast. And they go, what? Okay. Like, that's just usually the reaction.
And then, so I have this tendency to just go do irrational things and get irrational opportunities. So I guess you and I had made two podcasts, and Chris Andrews and I had talked before, and I come down like, "Hey, dude, got a podcast." He's like, "Why don't you come record here?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome. Sure." I go outside. Chandler's walking down, and he's like,
"Did you just write me out of this?"
He did, yeah.
Oh,
well, because this was the first day, because we planned. I told Storm that I knew a guy who's in my game design class.
That's not happened at all.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well,
I met you guys at Dunkin'.
No. We had that.
No, I know. I was texting him before I even told you. I was like, "I know this guy, blah." Yeah, and I was like, I kind of think we should.
3 months ago, can you get it straight?
Yeah, I was like, I think we should have him on, and maybe he could like run the board or something. We can teach him to like run the board, and he can be like the dude on the laptop. You know, a lot of podcasts have like that guy who's like Googling stuff or like watching chat or something. And so I was like, yeah, I know this guy. He's really cool. Because you were like the first friend that I made that I actually approached to. I had no, like my first semester being at main campus, I had like no friends. I made like one friend, and it was only because like I was in close proximity with him, and he approached me, so it was like that kind of thing. But I was really bad at like making friends and coming out of my shell, you know.
When people like on campus would like be like, "Hey Chandler, what do you think about the new?" Did you like hiss at them or something, or like what? Did you just completely blow them off?
No, nobody talked to me because I didn't talk to them, and I just really kept to myself and stuff. So like nobody really talked to me at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to a break quick, then we'll return to this.
That was a sad note to leave it.
Don't worry, I'll get better though.
Chandler's life
Sun
story
will come out tomorrow.
We're back.
All right, so we went on to chapter number 2 of this special story.
Oh no.
We're on to Patrick and how he somehow got roped into this in our interrogation at Dunkin' Donuts. Remember, he was sitting down. We were both standing up over him, trying to get him to come into our little scheme.
Yeah, it was a scheme.
Did you guys go to there together?
Well, because that was the first time they were gonna meet. I wanted to introduce them, and then we both had a plan to ambush Patrick, kind of a little bit. Although it wasn't planned to be that day. It was just like we were gonna hang out and just see, where it went. But then Storm really led the charge when we went to Dunkin' Donuts together and got coffee to just like really get Patrick and rope him in. Yeah, and we really had nothing to offer you at all. Like
Not even a donut?
No.
Actually, no. Storm really tried to offer me a donut. I kept turning him down.
Yeah.
That was probably the most uncomfortable I got, honestly. It was like Storm kept offering me that donut. After talking about how broke he was. I'm like, no, man, it's fine, I swear. And he's like, come on. I'm like, no, you keep your money.
So then I go to WXLV.
Mm-hmm.
He tells me about how we can record there, and I'm all about it. I'm like, yeah, we're totally prepared for that.
No.
And Chandler comes down and he's like, yo, what are you doing? And I was like, we're recording at the station now. He's like, ooh.
I'm like, no. We don't know what we're doing at all. Why would you say that? Why would you do that to us? We're done. It's over. Like, we're going to go on there. We're going to make idiots out of ourselves. And then no one's going to take us seriously ever again. And then you're like, no, dude, look, it's going to be fine, And I didn't believe you. And then we went to film with Josh, like, for our first episode. And Patrick was on learning kind of what we wanted you to do, but like you said, you had no experience.
Crammed in Studio B.
That studio's for like 2 people to be in, tops.
Barely.
And we had 4.
Yeah.
No. 5. No, we had 5 people because Coffee Guy was in the hallway right before we go on, and you just point to him. He's getting coffee, and you just point to him. You're like, "Yo, do you want to come? Sit in?" And he's just like, "What?
He pretended like he hadn't talked to me about it before.
Yeah, I did.
I believe it.
I didn't appreciate that. I was kind of
a joke, and nobody got it. I'm like, oh god, what have I done? Like, quickly be like, no.
Well, so I think you told us once you were intentionally down there when we were down there once.
Yeah, afterwards, like after I'd been on with Josh.
Yeah.
You guys didn't. You sort of invited me back, but not really. But I just really wanted to be a part of it, so I just made sure that
Really?
whenever I knew you guys would be here or at film club, I made sure I was there.
Are you joking?
No, not at all.
That's so
Because I
cute.
wanted to be a part of it, and like, what else? How else was I going to do that? Because I hardly knew you guys.
That's so funny.
That's true. Yeah, and then I think you started doing stuff with us, and Chandler added you to the chat. I was like, what is going on?
And even then, it still felt weird. I would suggest things and be like, I think you guys should do this. It wasn't until...
Yeah. It was like a fan. It was like he invited a fan to come hang out with us and talk about us in our presence. It was like weird.
I think it still might have even felt weird with the Kaddy episode. I didn't feel
Really?
comfortable until we had Japan Dan on.
Yeah, like
I thought Dan was before her. I could have
No.
swore
that was our breakout hit smash.
that was our
episode.
first video.
There's a lot of good energy.
That capped 170 views.
William Osmond has 330 views.
Really?
You know why?
Why?
Do you want to know why it spiked? Because you saw how it tapered off for a little bit there. I went on PewDiePie's newest video, and he was talking about like copyright stuff with the adpocalypse, and I think we had mentioned it in that video. Nothing to do with why I added it, but I just went in the comments of the highest rated comment thread, and I just posted the link to the video with no explanation. And then I guess a bunch of people went on it.
You are one of those people.
Yeah, I am.
Check out my channel, guys.
I
It's
saw
great.
a bunch of other people doing it.
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
absolutely.
same thread. So and I was clicking on the videos and I was like, that has nothing to do with anything. They're just plugging themselves. So I was like, I'll do it. It's like, why not? My stuff's better than that. I'll do it.
When did you do it?
Like 2 days ago.
Yeah, because
It just jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still jumping?
Yeah, it's just going up every day.
So
No.
now do you go to every PewDiePie
Now we're
video
doing
and
that.
like that?
We're doing that permanently on Reddit now. It's working.
Yeah.
Homepage one of these
Yeah, I
days.
think when we first started, we're like, we're going to be good YouTubers. We're not going to do, like selling out stuff.
And now I'm clickbaiting on thumbnails that you got poisoned.
Me and Chandler were in the car.
episodes in, big thumbnails on PewDiePie video.
I was talking to him. I was like, hey, I emailed Jake Paul. And he was like, yeah.
That's not what I said at all. I
Yeah,
said
you were
don't
like-
do that.
And I
He's
think
never gonna do
we
that.
had both decided.
Jake Paul would say yes.
we had both decided that selling out was something that we were willing to do at that point. Are you guys willing to sell out?
I mean, I didn't really want to.
I've always been a sellout at heart. You know, first chance of any opportunity, selling out.
If there's money involved,
Well,
probably.
it's one of those things because what my major, is I went from being in the very safe technology field to thrusting myself into the arts where nothing is really guaranteed. And so I'm kind of like, I don't want to live in a box after I graduate, which is what's going to happen pretty soon because I'm
It
going to
could
be
be
out
a
of here
nice
soon.
box.
Well, I'll draw cool things.
What
on
shape
it.
is your
I'll draw
car?
really big windows and
Aw.
yeah,
Like clouds outside, so it's always
Double-
a nice
big
warm,
double
sunny day.
doors, wooden
Pillars.
Yeah,
A
on my
hot
box.
tub.
Yep, it'll be like a box for a refrigerator or something.
Like a big one of those huge ones.
Yeah,
Maybe
and that'll be enough.
perfect. That's all you need. in life.
But that's what it's like being an arts major in
Yeah.
any of the sections. I mean, isn't that how you feel?
Very relatable, actually.
Yeah.
I can't wait to live in a box, honestly. It's going to be so nice and cozy.
Are we the only two? No, you're a film major as well.
I'm film major, yeah.
Oh, you guys all made mistakes. Cool. So we're all like,
Woohoo!
in this together when it all goes
Probably
south.
get a nice box if we all split it.
You're right.
Yeah, rent. We pay the rent on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Are you guys interested in like going out to LA and stuff? I mean, since you're film majors.
Like
Yeah.
with the box or
You're gonna need it. If you're gonna
I'll take
die.
my car.
I
Yeah.
before I started college, I told myself that I don't know how many years I gave myself, but I gave myself like a certain set of cap years that I'd stay here, and then I would just move out to LA, no matter what my situation was, and if I had to, I'd live in my car until I got opportunities, because that's just like what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like that's where I want to be.
I've definitely considered it. And this could kind of segue into the story I was telling you guys in the car, how I almost was in Logan. That was probably my closest to big fame that I've been so far. So I have an IMDb page, which I unabashedly created for myself. But they accepted it.
They took it
And
down.
then I offered them moolah and got an IMDb Pro page. And the Pro page allows you to see casting for any movie. And this is about probably.
Oh, really?
Probably, yeah, it does. The Pro, you can see casting. You can submit a demo reel for any movie you want. That's casting. So
do you think the production companies actually check that though?
Maybe. That's the thing.
I'm sure
Yeah,
you said no.
maybe. Here's the thing.
I mean,
Well, yeah. Here's my whimsical tale. So my family was considering moving to Georgia because, long story short, we were considering moving to Georgia, and so we were down there checking out houses, and just like a weekend vacation, we're just checking out houses. So we're in the hotel on like a median day, and I checked the casting. And I had seen that a lot of movies had filmed around Georgia or were filming there, because Atlanta is like a big hub for it because it's cheaper. And I saw that Logan was. It didn't even say Logan. It said Wolverine 3. That was how early into pre-production it was. And 20th Century Fox. This is a whatchamacallit, like studio production, everything. And it says just casting extras for this scene, which I think it didn't give specific details. I think it would have, if you've seen the movie, it would have probably ended up being the part where they go to that hotel and down in like the lobby area. I think that would probably be where they were casting for. And the casting was, at least was in Atlanta. And I was like 4 minutes away from there. And I was like, hey, there's still open casting for this. I could submit a demo reel. And like, it's kind of right down the street where it is. And I was like, I could kind of go to open casting for this. And my mom was really sick at the time. And this was all in my head. I read it and this has all gone through my head. And I knew my dad would so be on board. I knew he'd so be on board if I said it. But my mom was really sick. And so I was like, you know what? Wolverine 1 was terrible. Wolverine 2 was all right.
Whoa.
Hey, I mean, there's good elements of
Let's
X-Men
slow
Origin
down.
Wolverine. Oh, you like Deadpool with no mouth?
No.
That's what I thought.
X-Men
so
Origins.
and so
Wait, did
yeah,
you
that's
say
what I
that?
mean. That's technically Wolverine 1 is
Yeah,
X-Men
I'm
Origins.
sure
yeah.
you felt pretty slighted about that depiction of
yeah, no.
Deadpool because you're Ryan Reynolds.
Because I am. I'm
Yeah.
very upset that they slighted
Got
me like
bad
that.
reception.
And so I decided not to tell my parents about the casting because I was worried, like, oh, what if I do get cast and I get, held there or whatever? My mom's already said she just wants to go home. And so I was like, listen, I don't even know if it'll be that good of a movie anyway. I'm sure, seriously, dead serious. That thought went through my mind. I was like, 2 is good. It might be okay. And then after exiting Logan, a year later, and with literally tears in my eyes,
I cried.
With literally tears in my eyes,
I cried.
why did I not pursue that?
Dude.
I wish my mom would have been healthy, or I just would have been like, I don't care about my mom. I love you, Mom. I know you're going to be listening to this. I do love you. But I was not potentially, like, definitely going to be cast in it, but that was probably the closest that I had come at the time to actually being near a casting.
They're actually going to cast you as
Center.
his son.
Yeah, I was gonna be. I was at the end, like X-23 is down there, and I'm like, I'm here too.
And you sound like Goofy for some
Yeah,
reason.
oh boy.
That was hands down best superhero movie I've seen in like the past.
Oh,
year.
absolutely. I saw it twice. For sure.
I
cried about that.
almost saw it twice. I reckon.
How do you almost see it twice?
Because I almost went to watch it again, and I was like, no. So
Cool.
that's the story behind how I almost saw it
But
twice.
but then to segue back is I would consider moving. My plan ultimately might be to do 2 years of this and then go to wherever casting is, I guess.
Yeah, there's kind of like one place.
Well, yes, but also Atlanta and New York have both
Yes.
like big casting things. So I think I'll probably just look and see where it is and then head to one of those cities to see. Or I might finish my last 2 years out at a 4-year just so I have a degree. So if that backfires, I can at least have some degree that I can show people, I guess, and be like, hey, take me for this job, I don't know. It's still a little hectic in what I'm going to do. But, that's sort of my plan. Probably go wherever the acting is.
Speaking of like future like avenues, I mean, is there any like advice to like inbound college students or anyone that's like confused about their path or anything like that anybody has like kind of found out in their time here?
Don't go to university.
Why?
It's just in the beginning, you need to go to community college.
Oh, yeah, in the beginning.
It's a
for
really
sure.
good start
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
to get you acclimated.
Nobody believes me when I say this, and I firsthand understand what it's like to go spend $45,000 on 1 year and get nothing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got, I'm good at what I do. Like, I'm a good graphic designer, but it wasn't worth $40,000. Go to community college. I mean, it's not even, people, I feel like, have a bad view of it, but that's just, why? Why are you looking down upon saving money? And the education I get here is just as good, if not better, than what I got at university. And I feel like some people kind of get stuck in their minds when they go to one place. They're like, wow, this isn't that great. And you don't know what you have, especially at this school. I think community college will really save lots of money, and you'll really, well, here's the thing. This is what I found about community colleges. People here work for what they have.
Yeah.
When I went to university, a lot of them did not work for what they had. They had a lot of student loans. A lot of them were student athletes going on full rides, and a lot of them had mommy and daddy paying for their school. But everybody here has more than one job.
Yeah.
We're all working for our way, so we care about what we have. And I think that's such an important part of growing up is working. Work for what you have. Work for what you want, And I think that's why we're all in this room is because we are willing to do that. There's a lot of people in community college who are working towards their dreams outside of their schooling. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends. I've actually talked to 4 or 5 friends that have messaged me that are at university right now, and they've said since they're like, "You're at community, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And we've had these long conversations about how they're like, "I wish I did community. Now I'm out $40,000."
Yeah.
And, they liked it, but I was like, "You can get your gen eds and everything else here first."
Yeah. Pat, I think you had something to say.
I was gonna say we're going to a break quick.
Oh, cool.
Tricked.
Yeah, smooth.
We'll continue that in a second.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
And we're back. My mic's on.
Good.
We're back.
No, that's fine. What were we just saying? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I want to know what Coffee Guy has to say.
Yeah.
Because he's 23.
And you're
24.
living on your own.
Yeah.
So,
So I took 5 years off after high school,
Mhm.
which was mostly because I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I let that be a bigger barrier than it probably needed to be, but I also was really scared of wasting money because I knew I wasn't going to be getting a whole lot of financial help. So I waited for a long time. So when I first stepped onto campus at this school, I was really happy for like a couple weeks, just every time, because I was so glad to be here. And I really do like this school. I do wish, like, I agree with everything Storm says about what he said about community colleges. Sometimes I regret not being able to go to a 4-year university right away. What's going on there?
My phone's going off. I'm sorry.
No. Like, I wish I could spend 4 years with you people and do this for 4 years and be able to live, you know, in like a dorm
Yeah, I've been.
sort of thing.
That's
Yeah.
one thing.
Not that it matters.
No, I agree.
You know,
That's the one
Because
thing.
we have long commutes too,
Yeah, that's the one thing I do miss is being on campus, but
so that sucks.
it's an opportunity cost.
for sure.
I'm going to a 4-year and I think a year.
Are you?
All right, you're going to the same place I'm going.
What, Kutztown?
Yeah.
Well, I'm if I do transfer, that is where I think I want to go. But I'm kind of on the fence because this is my second to last semester that's just wrapping up, and it's finals week right now that we're in. So I pretty much only have one semester now, which is crazy to think. I also didn't sign up for classes, not good. But
Yeah, I think it's cutoff date soon.
yeah.
Do is 2
Yeah.
days from now.
Well, you know, but so it's kind of like thinking about what I want to do, and I kind of feel like I could, if I wanted to, survive without transferring. You know, get my foot in the door, and I have a built portfolio that's diversified and stuff like that, and I almost kind of want to just start and see where I can get, you know, but at the same time, it's scary. Like, it's scary to put yourself out there and say, like, okay, I think I'm ready, you know, and I don't know. It's just a lot to think about. And when you're at a school like this where you just get an associate's, and then you're very quickly faced with that decision of kind of, well, what do I do now? Because you kind of get thrown right back out into the real world pretty quickly. And I know, Kaddy, you've been like that rolling a lot of stuff around too about like where you're going to be going and things like that. I think we were both kind of confused.
Yeah, I mean, my original plan from the very beginning was to transfer to Temple, but I also like did not know what I wanted to do in the beginning too. And now like I know for sure like this is what I want to do. Like I love it so much. Like it's just something that I feel passionate about. So if I were to transfer, still it would still be to Temple because like that's like the music industry area that I'm trying to like be involved with. But the thing is, like, I have my foot in the door kind of far right now, and I have the potential to like go a lot further. But I just am scared of like wasting my time and money on a degree when for what I want to do, I really don't need one. So
Especially now.
yeah, a lot of this, like I know just for what I want to do, like all of it is just like the connections you make. That's basically how you get the gigs. Or I mean, no one actually looks at your background and they're like, oh, you have a degree in photography from Temple. That's great. We'll take you over the people with so much experience. Like they look for experience and like the connections that you make. So like, I don't know, for me, it might not be worth it. But then again, I'll have something to back me up on if it doesn't work. So I don't know. It's just like a scary step to take.
With thousands of dollars on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tons of time, like of your life, of the best years of your life where you're really young and you have the time and the energy to like go for it, you know? And it's like, do I use that on being in a classroom or do I just pursue this thing that's already happening, you know, for me? And it's like, it's tough being in the arts. Like in other fields, you're not like, if you're studying to go become a dentist, you're probably not like already working on people's teeth and being like, yeah, I could totally do this already. Like, so it's a weird thing to have this constant balance where you're like, should I just do it? Like, should I just stop? And am I ready? You know? But I think something that's really important, like when you're going to college, is that idea of whether you're going to a university or somewhere like this is like work experience is really important, and building a portfolio is really important almost for anything that you're doing in the tech field or anything like that. And if you don't have that, you kind of have to juggle it, and you want to be spending all your time focusing on college. But if you come out of college and you have no work experience, you have not a lot to show for the last 4 years of your life or what have you, it's going to make it harder for you to get a job. Like, even though you did do what you were supposed to do by going to college. That's what a lot of professors here, that's what's nice about here. Like, a lot of professors are pretty grounded, and they're from these industries, and they've worked these places, and they understand how that goes, and they're stressing, like, you should be interning, and you should be doing these things, and build this portfolio, and this is what you're going to need to do to get you to that level. Whereas I feel like you go to some universities, and it's kind of just like, okay, here's your 4-year degree, bye. And it's not like, oh, well, now I don't know what to do, because I wasn't working in this field. I just have a degree.
You know what university you should go to? YouTube
University.
Because you're going to learn more about graphic design there than...
That's the truth for a lot of things. Right now, yeah.
I got into an argument with a professor once about the pen tool on YouTube. And I know we're not going to go over this, but...
You've almost talked about this several times.
Yeah. And I think it's important to bring up that... I'm not talking badly towards a professor that I used to be in school with. However, there was a large disagreement in the class, and I had proof to back up what I was saying was the better way of doing it, and she wouldn't listen to me, even though that, I don't know, it's just that idea that you might not even be being taught the right way.
Yeah.
You're paying for an education, and you might not even be getting the right skills. And that's terrifying. I don't know. What are you thinking about over there, Patrick?
Not much, really. I'm listening to you guys, and it's all making sense and stuff.
It's your first year, isn't it?
Second year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you went to school together last year.
No, I didn't.
It's my first semester.
What? I just met him this semester.
Today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just met today.
Hey, my name's Patrick, by the way.
Hi, I'm
Nice to meet
Chandler.
you.
Oh, look at this cute. He's cute.
You have long arms. That's good, because I wasn't going to reach
Yeah, no.
over there well.
We just shook hands, by the way.
Yeah. For all the audio listeners on the radio. Those radio audio listeners. As opposed to the visual radio listeners.
How old are you?
Me? Okay, I was debating on making a because I was like, oh well, what does Patrick look like? I was like,
Yeah, I was gonna
you
do
can't
that.
imagine what the car dealership inflatable guys look like. That's probably your best image of Pat.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure if anyone would get that.
Absolutely.
A wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube band. All right, I am 18.
Really?
Yes.
When did you turn 18?
July.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
How old are you?
That's weird.
Yeah, that was a
You're
that
being
was a
weird.
little bit of an uncomfortable.
You're being weird.
I am 19 years old.
When did you turn 19?
Why does it matter?
March?
March 18th, day after St. Patrick's Day.
That's so funny. Is that why they named you that? Because they were like,
Yeah.
we just were at that thing, weren't we? That parade. Let's just name him that.
What a great name!
What,
Actually,
that guy?
My brother started calling me St. Patrick.
Like before
That's
you were
funny.
born?
No, like after I was born.
Before
Oh, you were like a dog. They named you like after they had you for a while.
They were just child.
Yeah. They just called you puppy for a while until they thought of something better.
Do they call
Buddy.
it like Skip? Yeah.
Spot.
Airbud.
We should probably wrap up.
Yo,
soon based
Disaster
on-
Artist though. Are we
you
gonna
see
watch
it?
that together? No.
I need to see that.
It's only in select theaters right now. It's coming
Yeah,
out
right
soon.
now, yeah. I
Wait,
tried
what
to go
was
see
it?
it Friday.
Disaster Artist about Tommy Wiseau, starring James Franco.
Is it
and
Tommy
Dave Franco.
Wiseau
Yeah.
or
Ooh.
Tommy
Wait, is Seth
Wiseau?
Rogen in that?
He is.
Oh,
So,
he's cool.
Everyone just shrugged
He's
at me.
cool. I like him.
You seem more
He is
excited
so
about Seth
cool.
Rogen than James Franco.
Yeah, he's funny.
He
What
is-
a
he's
funny
funnier
guy.
than
You're
James
so
Franco.
funny, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
that was one of the funniest moments me and Chandler ever had in our life.
It's not really about that.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I mean, speak for yourself.
Walking down the hallway, I say, oh, hi, Mark, and it's just a precious moment between us.
This has been a very romantic show between me
I
and
love
you.
you
and
so
don't know about
much.
that.
Isaac, do your speech to text voice.
All right. If I have to before wrap
You
up.
continue getting closer
I'm sorry.
and closer.
I'm
to the
sorry.
mic.
Plug your
because I
you-
love you.
Plug your YouTube channel as the text-to-speech voice.
All right.
Hello, everybody. My YouTube channel is Alpha Shark Pictures. If you would like to see any of my cool videos, they are pretty impressive, almost as impressive as this text-to-speech voice. Though some people don't like it because they think I'm mocking Stephen Hawking. I am not. It is simply a text-to-speech voice. I just wanted to clear the air with that. Thank you, everybody.
I'm doing that with my normal voice, by the way. A lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, do you have a robot? Did you do?"
No, I
you
am
build a
doing it
robot?
myself.
Yeah, that's really kind of bizarre.
Yeah, I'm a Terminator. Actually, if I unzip I'm like,
Hello, I will destroy the human race. Oh
It's
no,
the least
they've-
intimidating robot
no.
voice.
I know. It's like, it's like, quick Avengers. Who are we facing?
It is I, text-to-speech bot.
Ultron's not as intimidating as I thought he'd be.
I will. There are no strings on me. I'll get you and your little dog too.
What?
Where can we find you?
Yeah.
I do not believe you can hear a voice or see a voice. That is not correct.
Hardy har.
Hardy har har har. Har har har.
All right, Shannon, where can we find you?
Right here at WXLV. I'll be here all night and day for the next 5 weeks until school starts up again. YouTube, Sly Elliott. That's it. And watch the podcast more than my stuff because it's better than what I
plug
do.
my YouTube channel. I did plug my YouTube channel. I forgot to plug my Instagram.
Plug your IMDb.
It is Isaac ISAAC _ Zim ZIM.
That was a Z. I don't know if you can. Isaac _ Zim. That's my Instagram if you want it.
Invaders in?
Yeah, like Invader Zim. Because my last name's Zimmerman. Got him.
Hey, Storm, where can we find you?
Storm the Intern on YouTube. Whack Beats Yo on SoundCloud. Also DJ Storm on SoundCloud. We have 2 different accounts. And yeah, that's it.
Nice.
I am working on something cool, by the way. I just realized.
It's a little late, but go ahead.
You're about an hour late.
Is it the mixtape thing?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm designing it.
It's a
after.
Flash game. But all right. I was wondering what you were doing over there the whole time, and now I know.
Yeah, Storm has literally been quiet playing a Flash game this whole time.
Oh no, it's been for like 5 minutes. Okay.
No.
But anyways, it's like designed after an old vinyl.
That's pretty chill.
That took me like 3 hours.
Tavertine.
Is that what it is?
It's gonna
Tavertine's
be.
on it.
I'm like putting all the names on the side.
Oh, yeah, because we recorded that thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Ryan Flynn in Tavertine. He's my best friend.
Heck yeah. No, really, though. We're going to be having a mixtape out soon with like all the musical guests we've had on so far. And that'll be really cool. So he's working on the art for that. It's already recorded and everything.
It's great. Seriously, it does.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And
Where can we find you, Coffee Guy?
Coffee Guy PE on YouTube.
There's a space between Coffee Guy and PE.
if you go on the Poorly Edited Podcast channel and you look at we have a sidebar, it's the hosts of the show. You're in there. And you just click right on your name. You need a profile
Yeah.
picture, by the way, bud. You're making us look bad being up there.
Oh, that's
with us.
That's. I just
No,
looked you up. Come
Yeah.
on.
That's the whole like mysterious vibe to it, right?
Well, it doesn't need to be my face. It can just be a cup of coffee.
Oh, true.
It's true. But and also just
Oh yeah, you can find me on Instagram at rebellious1photo, rebellious1_photo. There we go. My personal Insta is caddyM98, but hit me up with a follow on my photography account.
Caddy, will you do a photo shoot for us?
I already did.
No,
I didn't even take a photo of me.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
No, we actually do need like actual photos of ourselves because nothing is ever serious.
That we ever do.
Yeah, nothing.
I need it for my LinkedIn.
More
I-
important.
If you go through my Facebook, Coffee Guy once found this, is there's no attractive photos of me anywhere. I have this
That's
magical,
by design.
like, it's just, I always look weird in photos.
Well, I mean, You look weird right now.
Yes.
Oof.
Yes.
Got him. Oof.
See you next week, folks.
All right. Can I be on the podcast?
Really quick, though.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait, really quick. A shout out to everyone who has been a part of this show leading up to this and moving forward. It's been really awesome, and all you guys are great. And shout out to Kaddy and Josh and everyone who's like helped out and Lamont, Houston, who have like last minute I text them and you guys have come out, you've driven, like you've just like left your house on short notice and just come out to film for us, like, and you guys do that stuff all the time, and we're so thankful because without you guys the show would not be of the quality that it is. And just all the guests we've had on, shout out to Isaac for being here and everyone else. Like, it's been awesome, and I can't wait moving forward to keep going and to just not let this momentum stop, because it's great and we have really cool things planned that we're just really excited to release, and it's going to be awesome. It's only going to be up from here. Cool.
Hopefully.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah, man. That's it. Thank you for listening. And have a good night.